Hi out there and welcome. I'm Kate and I have a flow for you today that is just designed for you to put the pause button on everything that's going on outside, everything beyond this rectangle of love that you have, and just move to feel good in your body, to enjoy your breath, and to hopefully have a little fun. And we may possibly be going off the edges of this little rectangle. We can push the boundaries. We're gonna be okay. So find the quietest spot you can find, grab a couple of blocks or some books and a blanket or maybe a towel, who knows? Roll out your mat and let's get moving. All right, so we're gonna start right here in a comfortable seat. So if you wanna sit up on a blanket or a block or a towel or anything like that, you can go ahead and do that and get yourself situated and comfortable. Let your hands rest in your lap, feel your shoulders relax. And let your eyes slide closed. And just take a couple of breaths because it's not instantaneous, this kind of peaceful feeling you feel, right? Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to shift into that. I don't know, when I'm getting a massage and my face hits that like face donut that they have on the table, it's instant like mush for me. But that's not always the case here on your mat. So, take a couple of breaths. And as you breathe here, let your mind catch up with your body. So you can be here for this sliver of time in your day, so you can dedicate it to your body and your breath. And let's face it, your mental health. A couple more breaths here. Soft through your shoulders, through your cheeks and your jaw. Soft even through your stomach, down into your legs. And as you inhale next, feel the crown of your head stretch upward. So there's a softness, but also a spaciousness here as you breathe. On your next exhale, just drop your chin to your chest. Shake your head gently side to side. And when you inhale, roll your right ear up over your right shoulder. Oh, and give it a little shake. Then bring it back down through the middle and come on up to the other side. Left ear over that left shoulder, and you can give that a little shake. And drop your chin down to your chest. Let it hang there for a moment. Feel the tips of your shoulder blades hug in. So there's a broadening through your collarbones and an engaged action through your upper back. And when you inhale, you're just gonna lift your head, and you can keep your eyes closed or let them slide open. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Then you're gonna take your chin, start to point it up and around like you were gonna draw a rainbow over to your left shoulder. Keep your gaze there. And you're gonna bring your chin up and around and over to the right. And up, one more over to the left. Stretch it up. And we're gonna go one more over to the right, but pause when you hit the center and you can feel your chin pointing up toward the ceiling. So you're gonna take the lower jaw and just stretch it away. And then bring your lower jaw in and finish that rainbow over to the pot of gold. I don't know, to your right. And bring your head back through the middle, if only. And then from here, we're gonna come off the blankets and come on into table. And let's work some cat-cow. Set your hands, you know the drill, if you need to kind of shift a little bit. All right, and when you inhale, you're gonna let your belly drop, feel your chest stretch forward, and pull your heels in toward your butt. When you exhale, tuck your toes under, around your spine. So just a little flare on our cat and cow. Inhale, arch, bend those knees, Exhale and around, and you can tuck those toes. Couple more, just like that. Last one. And keep those toes tucked. Send your hips back to your heels. And keep your head bowed if you want. Your eyes closed even. You can let your head shake a little bit side to side. And you're just going to push into your hands and press back through your sitting bones. So you get a nice stretch through the bottoms of your feet. Yes, and then inhale, come on up. Keep those toes tucked, but walk your hands forward slightly. And we're gonna come on down, chin and chest to the floor. Keep the toes tucked, lift your knees for a moment. And then we're gonna slide your chest through. Find a baby cobra, inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, press up through table, slide your hips back. So you got this nice extended child's pose with the toes tucked. We're gonna do another one of those. Inhale, roll it forward, lift your chest. Exhale, chest and chin come down between your thumbs. Arm bones move back. Lift your knees as you inhale. And exhale, chest comes forward. Maybe shake your head a little bit. All right, one more. Tuck your toes. Send your hips back. Nice extended child's pose. Working through the shoulders a bit. You can feel your upper arms lift while you're back here. Wrap those triceps down and in toward your ears. Here we go. You're gonna rock it back up. Lift your chest as you inhale. This little cow pose here. When you exhale, elbows back. Squeeze them in. Gonna lower down. Inhale, lift your knees. Exhale, send it through. And then release. Come onto one cheek for a moment. Let your arms rest by your sides and maybe windshield wipe your legs. And you're just going to spin your head to the other side. All right. And then slide your hands underneath you. Come on up. And this time we're going to stretch it back into a downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. And lift up through your hips. And press through the four corners of your palms. And then root down through your fingernail pads. You had that basketball. We're going to try to palm underneath you, right? Wrap those triceps in, just as we were doing before. Shoulder blades deep into your back. Send your sitting bones up and back. And then take your gaze forward and tiptoe to the top of your mat. And take your time, because your hamstrings, they might need a little warming up. So it's all good. Then soften your knees for a moment. You're going to take your fingertips to the floor or to a block. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to grab 2 blocks, fingertips on them. And when you inhale, you're going to push into your feet, work to straighten those legs. Fingertips root down, slide your chest forward. Exhale and fold, soften everything. Knees, elbows. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen out, nice strong thighs as you press through your feet. Exhale and fold. 1 more, big old stretch. Those hamstrings, press it out. Keep rooting through those fingertips. And then let it go. You can move those blocks to the side. And we're gonna roll it up. 1 vertebrae at a time. You can slide your hands to your thighs and let yourself kind of roll it up. Roll those shoulders up and back, and then feel them slide down. Open your palms out. Reach all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold it forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, nice and slowly bend your knees and walk your feet back again. Just kind of easing into it as much as we can. You're going to take your feet slightly wider. Come onto the balls of those feet. Lift your heels. Shoulders strong into the back. Send your feet over to the right. And this outer right hip wants to just collapse, but see if you can keep the outer right hip lifting as you pull the outer left hip back and up. Inhale it up through the middle. And then take it to the other side.
Same deal with that outer left hip. Feel it lift as much as you can. Inhale it back through center. Whew. When you exhale, we're gonna come forward. Find your plank. So we're gonna add a little funk here. You ready? I'm gonna lower all the way down. You can drop your knees if you want. Coming down to prep for a Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. So inhale, curl it up. We're gonna come up into a high cobra, high-ish cobra, right? And you're gonna bend your right knee. Oh. And then here we go. You're gonna roll over the left leg. So roll yourself to the left. And once you get, you're gonna sit on your butt and open that right knee out to the side. So now you are definitely off your mat. Janu Shirshasana, inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, just walk yourself forward. Feel your chest lift. And then you're gonna round yourself back up, plant that left hand to the floor, step on your right foot, and you're just gonna lift your hips for a second here. Little baby Vashisthasana kind of thing, a baby wild thing maybe. And take that top arm, reach it long. Here we go. You're gonna gaze forward. This right foot is gonna step to your left thumb. Drop your back knee. Inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Feel the weight of your hips sink down and the strength in your core lift up, right? Nice deep breath in. And when the exhale comes, hands to the floor. Slide your hips back, work to straighten that front leg. Feel your sitting bones draw back behind you. Oh, yes. And we're gonna rock forward. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Standing split to this right leg, press into the floor. And you know what? You can stack that left hip open a little bit. Walk your hands over to the right. Oh, because it feels good. Why not? Then walk yourself back through the middle. Square off your hips as best you can. Bend that front knee. Step the back foot back. Fingertips stay rooted. Stretch your chest forward. Inhale. When you exhale, plant your hands. Step back through plank. And lower all the way down to the floor. Bhujangasana, same thing. Untuck those toes, curl it up. And now we're gonna bend that left knee. Roll over the right leg. Sit up nice and tall. Left knee's gonna drop out to the side. And then fold. Lengthen up. Feel the sides of your body stretch toward your armpits. And walk your hands underneath you. Come on back up. Right hand is going to come to the top of the mat. Step on your left foot and then lift your hips. Here we go. Top arm is going to reach up. Yes. All right. Left foot is going to step to that right thumb. Drop your back knee. Anjaneyasana. Lift it up. So you lift through your fingertips. Can let your hips sink down gently. Full breath in. And then hands to the floor. Slide it back. Ardha Hanuman. Oh, little half splits here. All right, come on forward. Press into your left foot. Standing split. Front knee's gonna, or back knee lifts. Come on up. And you can take this right hip, open it up. Walk your hands to the left. And then come back through your standing split. Lengthen your spine. And then step that right foot to the back of the mat. Sink through your hips. Reach your chest forward. When the exhale comes, step your right foot to meet your left. And fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen out. Exhale and let it go. Press the floor away. Come all the way upward, Bahasasana. Inhale it up. And just slide your hands down through prayer. Take a breather here. All right, here we go. Inhale, reach out and up. I don't know why I whispered. Exhale and fold. More dramatic. Inhale, halfway lift. And a downward facing dog when you exhale. Hands plant and walk it back. Press into the floor. And breathe. Check out your head. Oh, it's glorious here, right? Okay. Inhale, rock forward. Find your plank. Exhale, come all the way down onto your stomach. Cobra pose. Inhale, curl it up. All right, here we go. We're gonna bend that right knee, roll to the left. This time, you're just gonna step onto that right foot. Press into the floor and lift your hips. Yes. And then take your right hand to the base of your skull. Hug your elbow in toward your ear. And then lean your head back into your hands. Make some space through that right side. Here we go. Take your right hand down to the floor. Right leg kicks underneath, coming into a little fallen triangle. Shift onto your right hand, lift your hips. Take that left arm, stretch it long, and then you're gonna take the back of that, or the hand to the back of your head here, and bend your right knee. Take your hips back. Yes. And then press into the floor again. Here we go. Come back through your fallen triangle. Left hand to the floor. Sweep this right leg up. Kick it back. And then step it through. This time coming into a crescent lunge. Come on up. Feel your shoulders soften. Now we're moving at a slower pace, but things are going to get a little bit nutty right here. But you've got it. You ready? Here we go. We're going to go Skandasana to that left foot. So you can spin your hips open as you bend that left knee. And come on down. Oh. Fingertips can come to the floor if you want a little support here. Oh, it feels good, right? All right, so now you're going to walk your hands forward just a hair. Slide your hips back. We're going to work a little deeper into that left hip, a little deeper into your inner right thigh. Okay, walk your hands underneath you. Here we go. Half moon to that right leg. So you're going to press yourself up, slide it through. Right hand to the floor. You can grab a block if you want. Block is always a nice option here. Half moon. Press through your right foot. Work that inner left thigh. All right, if you want to stay in your half moon, you can. If you want to try a Chapasana, you're going to bend that heel in toward your butt, just as we were doing before. And we've been doing a little bit here and there, right? And then grab that foot or the ankle. Roll your shoulders back. Curl your tailbone as you roll the hips open. Okay, we're going to square the hips. Try to keep that foot. As we move and transition toward kind of a, what is this, standing split, you're going to flip your grip, grab your big toe with your left hand, and we're going to come all the way up and kick it forward. Yes. Plug that left arm bone into the socket, press back to the top of your right thigh, and now we're going to float the arms up. Soft through your shoulders. We're going to pendulum this left leg back, smooth and steady. Vira 3. Fingertips to the floor, standing split, lengthen your spine. And then a giant step to the back of the mat. Pull your weight back through your hips and pull your heel off the floor. Long Parsvottanasana. Yes. Keep scissoring through your inner thighs. Left hand can stay on the floor. You can grab a block. Right hand comes to your outer right hip. And you're going to lengthen your spine and twist open. Maybe this right arm wants to reach up. I don't have a ton of mobility in my upper back these days. Ugh. And then rewind, back down to the floor, drop the ball of your foot, soften your right knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Now, if you're craving a traditional vinyasa through knees, chest, chin, and baby cobra or chaturanga and up dog, then you can take it here. If you want a little child's pose or to hang out in down dog, take a couple of breaths where you want to be. because it's nice to have somebody kind of guide you through doing something, but then it's also nice to trust yourself enough to guide yourself. So do what you want, and then take a moment wherever you land to breathe. This is your time. So make it yours. Ready? Downward facing dog. Slide up. And back. We're going to do it again. Here we go. Come on, forward into your plank. And then lower it down. Cobra. Bhujangasana. Inhale. Oh, nice strong legs. We're going to bend that left knee. Here we go. We're going to roll to the right. Right? Shift onto the right hand. This time you're just going to drop onto that left foot. Lift your hips. Take your left hand to the base of your skull. Hug your elbow in. Lean back. Head into that hand. You can feel that space underneath your armpit. The outer edge of your shoulder blade really start to open up, I hope. All right, and then left hand to the floor. We're gonna spin it underneath. Fall in triangle. Press into the floor with the left hand. And now stretch through your right fingertips. Bend that elbow. Take your hand to the base of your skull. And then just because it feels pretty, you're gonna bend that right knee. And then stretch it back out. Okay, here we go. Right hand to the floor. Down dog split. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale. Step it forward. Crescent lunge. Root down. You can push those feet into the floor. Take those arms up. You got it. Find your gaze. Enjoy being here while you're here. And then Skandasana to the back of the mat. Soften that right knee as you spin. And maybe find some balance for a beat. Fingertips to the floor. Walk your hands forward. Slide your hips back. Kind of sink into it a little bit. All right, and then walk your hands back underneath you. I could stay there for a really long time. But we won't. Okay, come on up. And now half moon to that left foot, right? So shift, and press into the floor. Grab a block if you want it, right? Roll that right shoulder open. You can stretch up through that right arm. Beautiful, keep your inner right thigh strong. And now we're gonna bend that right knee. Pull your heel in toward your glute. And see if you can grab for that foot. There we go. Lost it for a second there. Roll open. Kick your foot into your hand, scoop your tailbone. Okay, here we go. We're going for this transition, right? So nice and slow, you're gonna start to sink that right hip down. As you go, you're going to switch your grip. Grab the big toe with your right fingers and stretch it out. Yes. Find your gaze point, press the floor away, and breathe. Ooh, it's perilous up here. Keep those toes lifted, fingertips to the sky. And we're gonna pendulum slow and steady all the way down to Vira 3. We got this. Roll that inner right thigh toward the ceiling. Fingertips to the floor. As carefully as you can, standing split. Lengthen your spine. And then take a big step to the back of the mat. Pull your hips back. Peel that left foot off the floor. Scissor through your inner thighs. And breathe. Here we go. Right fingertips stay on the floor or grab a block. Slide your left hand to your outer left hip for a second. With those toes still lifting, or you can drop it down. If it's just too much, that's cool. You're gonna pull back through the top of your right thigh. Lengthen your chest and your spine, and then spin yourself to the left. And maybe that left hand reaches up.
Keep pulling back through your outer left hip and feel this right hip where it wants to kind of sink down. Try to keep it lifting up. Then rewind, fingertips down, ball of your foot down, shift it forward, bend your knee, step it back, downward facing dog. And here's where, if you'd like a traditional vinyasa, you can take a traditional vinyasa, it's up to you. Okay, we're gonna do one more little tiny bit here. Come on forward into your plank. And then lower it down all the way. Cobra pose. Inhale, curl it up. Bend your right knee. And we're gonna come back and roll to that left. Press into the ball of your right foot. Lift your hips. We've got a little wild thing here. Right hand to the floor. We're gonna swing through fallen triangle, just as we did before. Take your top hand to your back of your head, and now we're gonna bend into that left knee. Bend, 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 until your butt hits the floor. Now we're here. And you're gonna take your left foot, bring it to your inner right thigh, and then sweep your right hand to that left knee, and you're gonna lean back and just reach up and over, like you could lay down. This is one of my new favorites. Like you could lay down on that right leg. And then come on back up, right? We gotta rewind. So you're gonna take your right hand behind you, bring it toward the top of the mat. Here we go. We're gonna step on that left foot, press yourself up, straighten the legs, swing your right leg through, down dog split. And then bring your right leg forward, find pigeon. Keep plugging those legs in. I need you to stretch today. Can you tell? Lengthen up and then come out and over. Okay. Try to soften through your shoulders. And slide your hands underneath you. Come on up for a second. Pop up onto your fingertips, draw your low belly in, and we're just gonna bend that left heel in. Inhale. Exhale, drop onto the ball of that left foot, step it back, downward facing dog, sway it out through your hips. Let's do it again. Round two, rock it forward. Here we go, lower all the way down. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Curl it up. Gonna bend your left knee, gonna roll to the right, step on that left foot, lift your hips. Yes, fallen triangle, kick your left foot through. Take that right hand to the back of your head, and then we're gonna bend, 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 bend through that right knee. Sweep your right foot into your inner thigh, and we're gonna take your left hand to your right knee and stretch up and over. Yes. It's a beauty. Keep trying to spin your chest open. And then reach up through those fingertips. You're gonna come upright again. Take your left hand toward the top of your mat. You're gonna step on this right foot. Rewind back through your fallen triangle. And then a right hand to the floor. Left leg lifts, inhale. And we pigeon, slide it forward. Pop up onto your fingertips so you can get yourself situated. Make sure everything's going pretty straight back there. And then fold. And soften where you can soften.
Okay, then you're gonna slide your hands underneath you. Pat onto your fingertips. Lengthen through your tailbone. Draw in strongly through your low belly. And then bend your right knee. Pull your heel in, maybe lift up through your chest. Imagine you could arc your head back. And rest your head in your foot. It's totally close. And then release. You're gonna, instead of stepping back into down dog, drop onto your outer left hip, and you're just gonna kick everything forward. Oh, so you can kind of shake out your legs a bit. And then we're gonna roll back and draw your knees in. And rock a little bit side to side. And then in the other direction. Take your arms out to the sides and let your knees drop to the right. Oh, slide your gaze to the left. And then bring your knees up through the middle and drop them over to the left. And you can look over that right shoulder. And back up through the middle. Oh, hug your knees in one more time. Give yourself a moment to draw them close and then let them stretch out a bit. Okay, and then let your leg. And settle in. If you want a blanket over top or a blanket under your head or under your knees or under your spine, anything at all. Make yourself as comfortable as you want to be here. And once you settle in, feel your breath slow. And enjoy these quiet moments. And do your best to keep your awareness with the rhythm of your breath. And let your next breath be a little deeper. And feel your
energy bubble back up to the surface as you move your fingers and your toes. And draw your knees in, maybe one at a time, and roll onto your right side. And give yourself a moment here. And press into the strength of your arms. And come on up. And make your way into a comfortable seat, trying to keep your awareness in as much as you can. Bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra and bow your head and honor this time on your mat. And honor this little rectangle, even though we often roll off it. And we push the boundaries, the edges, as much as we can. Honor this time that you spent for yourself. And I thank you for spending it with me. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. As always, drop a comment below. I love to hear from you. And subscribe if you haven't already. What are you, crazy? Make it a great day.